Hello, is this thing on? Alright, looks like it's on. Epic. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today we are at a match against Maryland A and Texas A, the first versus fourth seed. I say good morning because I'm not assuming everyone watching is American, but maybe everyone is American, so who knows. But currently we're in the warm-ups. I don't know whose warm-ups this is, but this is mounted by our good friend Maxi, former 5WC player, now 4WC monster, OWC prospect. But enough of Maxi. We're in the semifinals of the Major League in 5USC. And let's see. I'm guessing we're in the Texas warm-ups now. I'm assuming this because this is a map by Resorts, one of their players. Is this allowed? It's a 4-minute drain time. It shouldn't be allowed, according to the warm-up rules. Oh well. Surely the ref will enforce the warm-up rules. Drain time should be 3 minutes, but I mean, if it's like a really initial long break that they can skip, then I guess it's fine. But it's whatever. Ah, okay. Thank you, Acnum, for the info. Seems like the stream won't be able to load this map. Maybe it's no. If Resort can put it up in lobby, then it's probably public already, but maybe the stream has problems on it. As you can see, I'm the only one commentating at the moment. Hydro was supposed to join me, but he is currently church gapped at the moment, so he will be late commentating for his own states. So you won't be seeing any biases towards the estate. Hydra will show up, he'll just be late. He said for a bit, if I can cast solo cast for a bit. I don't know how long he's gonna be out. Hopefully he's not gonna be long. I would anticipate this match to be quite long, as both teams are actually kind of close in terms of skill, mainly. It's just that Texas has like players that can have a 3-man for every skill set, except for May. Actually, I think yeah. And then Maryland is just like the duo of Kiso and Gilgamesh. I guess we're still in the second warm up because there's nothing displayed in the stream, so it's whatever. Come on, stats load. I'm trying to do some analysis with work. Okay, round of 32, Texas number 10, Maryland 23. I guess a low SR moment, What can you do about that? Round of 16, Texas number 2, Maryland number 4. So still pretty close. Still low SR, so any team in the high seeding can still do well. Quarterfinals a little up the notch. Texas number 4, Maryland number 3. So this is where we can probably see the scaling coming in, but still it's 6.2 stars. Like both teams can do this SR pretty comfortably, I would assume. Though you might be a little worried on Maryland's side, as they might be missing like their third, or they might have like a third player gap in as it scales even further into the tournament. But who knows? With enough practice, like their third can just fill in comfortably. That is assuming that they did practice enough. There's really nothing I can like. I don't even know what skill sets that Connecticut and no, not Connecticut, Maryland and Texas can trade off. Maybe the aim, because probably Texas can abuse the aim side of things. Oh, it looks like we're getting to the roles, but again, Texas can abuse the aim side of things. But in this particular pool, there isn't really that much aim. The Nomad one, no, the Harvard one is like it's barely aim. It's barely aim. It's just a high BPM, secretly an alt map. Fremont one's awkward aim, so that I can count as well. Okay. Maryland has won the role, assuming they allowed Resort to roll for Texas. Gambling ban in Texas, but people are still playing gacha games in Texas. Can't do anything about that. All right, since Maryland won the role, they decided to choose second pick. Now it's for Texas to choose whatever band order they want. Two bands, best of 13. So I'm actually kind of curious what they ban. Maybe because these teams are like very close in skill sets, then it's probably like maps that they're probably uncomfortable with. Some notable maps that could be uncomfortable could be the easy one. Um, maybe Hard 3. Oh, and there's the easy one ban. That that is okay, understandable. It is really hard to read. It's actually harder than usual than the easy maps that we've been having. So it's fine. But Gilgamesh and Dizo are their easy players, so it's kind of a little surprising. Texas opted for Noma 3 ban, actually kind of understandable. Noma 3 is one of the harder maps in the pool. Actually secretly a rating map, to be honest. And Texas banned Prima 2. Okay, interesting. It is also one of the harder maps in the pool as well. It's really hard from what I heard from a Nomad and Hidden, but really easy on the Hard Rock. And I guess Maryland has like really good hard rock players that can consistently, FC the Frema twos with those hard rocks. So it could be a little scary choosing into Maryland as well. Now for and here we see a White Phoenix showing his displeasure of them banning it. And now Maryland banned DT1. So the high AR this time around in this pool, AR 10.5, which is really, really high. I think only Kisoy can play that kind of AR. I think maybe Gilgamesh actually, but it's still pretty learnable. That DT1, you just have to practice it a little bit. So now that we got the bans in out of the way, it's just Texas first pick. DT2. All right. Speed. Speed map 255 BPM. Mapped by Jellium. Previous 5 USC player from last year that played for Illinois. Now playing for Illinois in the USC. But this time around, this is a little stamina intensive to 55 BPM. So the stamina would matter a lot here in this kind of map. I'm I'm gonna ignore the comment from Jay. But in this case, I would assume Banapping and JPEG to. Oh wait, yeah. I mean, there is a lot of tapping players in the side of Texas. Now, Zombie In would be kind of interesting. I don't really see him tapping much, but I would assume they would put Resort in, maybe? Resort JPEG. I mean, Banapping JPEG, that's obvious. But Zombie. I mean, Resort has some good like tapping scores in like his solo plays. Surely, right? I'm kidding. Anyways, Gilgamesh, Kisui, very obvious. They are the quintessential like tapping duo. They can go scarily in this SR as well. I'm kidding, Resort. You should put Chevy in, I'm not gonna lie. He's on his tapping arc. Anyways, we're going into the match. You know, okay, well, we'll keep it with the early miss, but this is a pretty long map, so it doesn't really matter too much. With this as the first map in mind, you would really take some time to be comfortable with the BPM. So you would really want to be warm for this kind of map. And Gilgamesh with the second break from Maryland, still pretty early into the map, so it doesn't really matter too much. There will be some longer bursts coming in mainly in the middle of the map. And we still see Texas with the 3 FCs and Sukyu with the 1 FC from Maryland. Still, Axe seems to be in favor of Maryland with the 93% from Zombie, but still Zombie still holding his FC very well. So far, so good for both teams, but then there's been napping breaking from his side for Texas, so now it's just 2 versus 1 FC, but still, the Axe is bringing this point closer than we would have ever imagined. As even though Kisoi and Gilgamesh broke initially, it is just almost going towards the side of Maryland, and it is. It's just the active. But in Sukyu, the last FC did break, so it will maybe go towards Texas. It will. All right, now it went to Texas side, but still the score difference is still very small with that act difference because of Zombie's act. So they still need to hold both Texans need to still hold their combo if they want a chance. There's been happening, and there's Zombie with that big break before the break. That is heartbreaking. He's gonna see the combos from Gilgamesh and Kisoi, and the nerves might just hit in as well for JPEG to just hold on as much as he can. Oh, and then CQ with a slider break, but that doesn't matter too much as Texas needs Kisoi or Gilgamesh to break. Like I said before, these two players, Kisoi and Gilgamesh, can scale really well with their tapping, and it's just displaying right in front of our eyes. And this is Texas' pick too. Not the outcome that Texas would like to see, but it's still, it's probably too late. It is too late, maybe. If it, yeah, Kisoi and Gilgamesh. I just don't see them breaking anytime soon at the moment. And with this 200k combo lead, I mean, not combo, what am I saying? Score lead. It is already a breakpoint for Maryland's side. Oh? Anyways, Kisoi will be a little bit behind, but again, reverse chokes for both Gilgamesh and Kisoi, and also a very nice FC on JPEG. Unfortunate on the side of Texas on their very first pick, but you can. It's just 3 S ranks versus 1 S ranks. Again, you do not want to underestimate the duo of Kisoi and Gilgamesh. Their consistency is off the charts in this SR, and also they scale so well. Maryland has the opportunity now to just be 2 points ahead, depending on what kind of pick they choose. I would imagine they have like 3, I guess, strong hard rock players. Like Gilgamesh won't be like as strong on the aim hard rock side of things, but he can definitely do the unconventional hard rock. So like hard rock 3 would be a good one. Still though, Texas has like really good solid hard rock players, so it's still a little gamble for Maryland. It's just Maryland has to rely on these two players' consistency to just bring them forward. And here we go with the Hard Rock 2 pick, actually. This Hard Rock 2, from what I can remember, there are some doubles in there, but and not really much like hard aim. It's just like a really, it's like a relatively long map, just 3 minutes long. So you gotta keep your consistency in check, which Kiso definitely does have. And then since it's not really as aim intensive, maybe Gilgamesh can come in as well. But again, I still feel like this is a gamble pick, as Texas does have a very good hard rock players. These two teams are pretty much neck and neck in terms of hard rock. From what I'm seeing in the stats, yeah. Texas did get number 7 in hard rock 2 compared to number 1 for Maryland and hard rock 2 in the qualifiers, but still, again, both teams have very good hard rock rosters, so we can still get a breakpoint potential for Texas. All right. Yep, there it is. There's the quintessential hard rock roster for Maryland. Soy, Phoenix, and Gilgamesh. And then on Texas side, we have Resort, JPEG, and Zombie. Man, when is this Hydro guy gonna come back? Oh well, he will come back soon, surely. Anyways. Just waiting for the stream client. Come on. Get it together. You only see Zombie. There we go. Gilgamesh Resort. Alright, everyone. There has been a common theme with this pool, as there's been more doubles than usual than I would like to have in this kind of pool, but I digress. Maybe the doubles can catch a lot of people off guard, but I would assume the aim would catch people off guard more because it's a precision map. Gilgamesh with the first break, but still a little early on, 3 minutes long. Zombie trading it off, yeah. Consistency matters a lot in this kind of map. You gotta be really consistent on the precision if you want to get a high score on it. Zombie with the break again. Still isn't that detrimental, as it's still a little early on into the map and he didn't gain that much of a combo, but still, Gilgamesh will be regaining his combo a little bit with 2 FCs from Maryland's side and 2 FCs from Texas side, but then Zombie and JPEG actually breaks from the first Ki. And we're almost approaching, and Resort! We're approaching the first half and all 3 Texans have broken their full combos. They would need Kisui and a White Phoenix to actually break. Oh, and Kisui did break. Now we just need a White Phoenix to break for Texas to even have a chance. But still, Gilgamesh with a supporting combo for White Phoenix. Resort still breaking. And Kisui and Gilgamesh actually did break his big supporting combo. Now it's just a White Phoenix with the last full combo. But then JPEG and White and Zombie breaking. You need to hold on if you want to have a chance in this kind of map. And with a 300k difference, it's not looking great. And Zombie is just cursor dancing. He's not liking his performance. You wouldn't really want to see this kind of, I wouldn't say mental boom, but you would want to just focus up on this kind of map. But still, with a 400k difference and Phoenix still FCing his this hard rock 2, it's already a done deal for Maryland. Very solid pick for Maryland. Oh, that reminds me. If I'm not aware, Chevy's in Florida now. From what I've seen in his tweet, this is Texas captain. Um, so maybe the easy one ban might be like a saving grace for Texas. Actually, maybe Maryland did not know, but I don't know. Does does Chevy even have a setup in Florida though? I'm not sure, but 600K difference on Maryland's own pick and a very solid pick at that as well. I would imagine this is a low roll for Zombie as he's very good at the hard work side of things, but you know, just a little cursor dancing movage. No mode 1. Alright, yeah, this is what I would kind of predict because Gilgamesh is really not known for his aim. But two players from Maryland side are known for their aim, White Phoenix and Kisoi. So still, those two players' consistencies can still play a big role into getting this breakpoint if they can. But right now, Texas is gambling on their own consistency, like maybe their three-player consistency to just overtake Phoenix and Kisoi. And this particular number one is quite the step up from last round's number one. Last round number one wasn't really. It was kind of a sleeper until like the second half of the map, but this one is like consistently hard in each of their key eyes. There will be some big jumps coming in. I mean, if Gilgamesh does come in for this map, which he might, I mean, you would like expect him to get a few misses, but like a few 100s, maybe even like no 100s. But we'll see. Texas would need this point to just put them on the board. And Zombie is a really known good aim player as well as JPEG with his all-rounder skill set. Same with Resort. So those are three solid players at the moment. It seems like Tsukyu is actually going in for Gilgamesh. No, I'm not sure what Tsukyu can bring in terms of aim, but like Maryland does have those two players that can just play aim so well. So I guess Tsukyu can just rely on those two players to try and get a really good high score on the mud one. Also, Peggy's number one kind of a banger, not gonna lie. Loved map set. I mean, he's so struggling. I mean, he's probably nerves on his end, which is kind of surprising. I'm gonna be honest, but you know, he's still pretty young. You know, he's with his promo lobby, so there's a lot of expectations of him performing throughout the entire match. So a lot of pressure on him, especially when he's that young. So I don't blame him for his nerves. Can't really comment at the moment, but I was able to say that they're two of their three-way 100% SS, but Resort did have that initial break, but still, it's a pretty long map. Actually, kind of short for number one, but still. He's actually still holding his SS as well. And actually, Tsukyo just biting my own words with their 99.61% act, and they hit that first ki, but Resort actually did not still hit it. Still, that's just the low combo from Resort side of things. And that's the first ki. So now we see 3 FCs versus 2 FCs. Ah. It's not over for Texas yet. They would need Kisoi or Phoenix to oh, but JPEG did break. That is not what you want to see from Texas side of things. You would need Kisoi. Oh, you actually need two of these FCs from Maryland to break, like, probably pretty soon for Texas to have a chance. So then you can have that 1v1 on the FCs and your two players can just like regain combo. But in Resort, and no, actually, there's one of the FCs from Maryland gone, but then Resort kind of trading off that big combo that he was gaining. Zombie is still holding into his FCs, but still, two FCs on Keysoy's and Phoenix side. It's just these two known aim players. Phoenix, that's the new spawn for Maryland. Just the aim that Maryland needs, actually, for them to potentially try and go really deep into this tournament. And already three-fourths of the way there, 300k difference and rising. It just seems not doable for Texas, actually. It's Kisoy with the break, actually, but is there even enough time? Oh, but White Phoenix! No. Oh, no, but then Zombie breaks. It's over. It is the point for Maryland. And with that, this is the second breakpoint on Texas's own pick that Texas would be losing on. And Maryland will be on a commanding 3-0 lead at the moment. I would hope the mental on Texas side to not break down as soon as it is at the moment, because it is best of 13 and you would really want to just bring your team together and just win it out on this best of 13 round. Maryland again with the opportunity to have their own pick to just go 4-0, but we just need Texas to get a potential breakpoint on Maryland if they want a chance to just be on the board. Let's see. I'm not sure what options Maryland has. I mean, with my comment of Chevy, if they heard this comment, then I can probably see them picking into reading. Because they do have two reading players on their side of things. The Easy DT and Hidden 2 is still available. Also the Fremont 2 as well. But the Fremont... No, actually no. The Fremont 2 is banned. So there's still only two reading maps. But to be honest, there's like a lot of pseudo reading maps. Noma 3. Alright, DT3 actually. This one... again. With the doubles actually. There's a lot of doubles in this pool. I mean, this one... In this map in particular, there's like... The double is just like a no and to a slider. But there's like a lot of those. Also very high AR, little... AR 10.1, so maybe seeing Texas is was it Texas that banned DT1? It was, right? Yeah, I think it was. Or no, Maryland. Oh wait, no, it was Maryland. Yeah. So yeah. Even though the 288 BPM looks scary, it's not really that bad. It's just kind of a finger control ulti kind of map. I would expect Hisui again. I think he's just gonna perma lobby from Maryland for the entire picks, entire match. Gilgamesh coming in from Maryland. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, Sukyu. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I was. And we have Resort, JPEG, and Benepping. Benepping covering the tapping side for Texas. But this one in particular isn't really that much of a tapping heavy. Well, actually, it's finger control, so there is some tapping in it, but yeah, it's ulti, finger control, high AR 10.1. Texas would really, really need to get this point in to put them on the board and to maybe help on their mental. side of things. Again, consistency wouldn't matter a lot here. It's relatively long for a DT map. So, Benepping with the first show of the break, and Resort and Phoenix, but Phoenix traded for Resort, but it's still a 2-on-1 trade. So still with the two FCs from Kiso and Gilgamesh side. JPEG the only one holding the FC for them, but still it's still a little early on into the map, but still 100k difference already 1/4 of the way to the map, and Resort still breaking. They would need Kisoi and Gilgamesh to just break soon, like real soon, if they want this breakpoint. JPEG still showing strong for Texas side of things, but Resort still keeping on breaking. That won't really help her mental as he just keeps on breaking. He's playing Gilgamesh, still holding his FC. And is that who I think it is? Oh, but Gilgamesh breaks. Okay. Hydra is joined, but Phoenix breaks. Gilgamesh and Phoenix did break. Hydra has now finally come back from his church and is joining us for the commentary.
Good afternoon.
Napping
and Kisley just broke.
Oh, he did break, but still, it's 3/4 of the way there. This map is kind of long for DT, but still, I don't know. They can they bring it back? JPEG with his big combo, it's possible. JPEG needs to hold. Resort JPEG needs to hold.
Yeah, the lead has come back down below 100k. The breaks from Ben and Kumiko not going to help, but JPEG can do it all on his own. White
He
Phoenix
needs to
doing his
hold
best
on.
to gate the combo, but he has to hold on to the very end. But the score leads back in the blue.
Yeah,
and it
51,
looks like
50k difference in Rising, and I think this is a point for Texas, a break point on Maryland's pick.
And Texas going
finally on the board
to get themselves on the board on a break point nonetheless. He's with the unfortunate S rank, but JPEG not quite a million, but still FCing, still doing just enough for Texas. And now they are definitely in a much stronger position than they would have been.
God has given Texas the grace of letting Kiso and Gilgamesh be unlucky on this kind of map, and JPEG with his heroic score to bring this over for Texas. They are now on the board, and that must be like very good for their mental now.
Yeah. And now they've brought back the break point, or they've brought back one of the break points. They just take back another so to even the score out, but they do have their own pick first. I will say, looking at these first two picks from Texas, I think they're just trying to get the speed and aim gambling out of the way. I feel like now that sort of these coin flippy sorts of mechanics maps are out of the way, Texas they probably won't lean into speed, especially looking at how strong Maryland was on that D2. But I think really any other skill set, they could look into these.
Still, against the first scene, and especially against the duo of Kisa and Gilgamesh, it's
gonna be
most of their
1.
picks. It's gonna be gamble. Fremont 1, it's kind of interesting. It's usually it's Air 9, so it will be like a little reading, but not much. It's just gonna be a little awkward. It's awkward aim. I believe this is a custom.
This is, yes, a lightened custom Origami Angel. It's a really good song. It's just the custom. I've seen a few people talk about it a little, but overall, more about the map itself. It's just got some slightly awkward aim, pretty slow, 170 BPM. The main difficulty will not be really in the reading, but more so in the awkward angles you might be put at. There's a slight stream section with a few cut 8-note bursts. Definitely place the break there.
Yeah, and I guess Texas choosing, even despite their number one pick, I guess they're just still gambling on like their number one like their aim consistencies was still Kisoy and White Phoenix with that aim consistency. I guess they're just banking on Gilgamesh to just be in this kind of map and just show that inconsistency. But still, this map is also pretty short for an aim map, 2 minutes long. So they would really need to combo a lot if they really want a chance against this Maryland roster.
Definitely. And we will be seeing Gilgamesh in the lobby, though I would imagine a player like Sukiyu definitely able to come into this sort of map. The actual SR of this map is quite low. Of course, the free mod sort of offsets it. AR9, the AR9 hidden or the additional star rating on Hard Rock does make up for it. But if you are Texas, you are probably looking for Zombie and for Zombie to pull off a very good Nomad FC.
Yeah.
And if you are Maryland, you are looking for White Phoenix to take the hidden Hard Rock and run with it, so that Kisoy can FC. Meanwhile, in terms of mods, Kumiko on the hidden, JPEG on the Hard Rock, a very pretty expected roster. We've seen this roster many times. Getting into the map, Texas definitely looking quite comfortable at the start. White Phoenix a little bit down on the accuracy at the moment, but won't hurt them in the long run, especially if that added hidden on the hidden Hard Rock. But it's going to be Gilgamesh and JPEG to trade it out. Two modded players down.
Also from his Texan, can I confirm that Chevy is not in this match because he's in Florida right now?
I can't say Chevy is not in the match, but Chevy is in Florida. I believe they may be on equivocator setup at the moment. That is as far as I know, most current information. And the score leads come back to the red. White Phoenix still holding a hidden Hard Rock FC. Accuracy a little bit low. Gilgamesh, Kumiko with the earlier break. So meanwhile, the accuracy on the FCs on Maryland are low, but it's only a single FC on When I'm a Zombie to hold Texas through. As we hit the halfway point, it's going to be White Phoenix to drop. And that gives a big opening for Texas.
Yeah, and
there goes Kisoy. And that's a massive opportunity.
Massive opportunity on such a short map too. We're already 3/4 of the way there, and Zombie and Resort just needs to hold on, and also JPEG with the supporting combo. It is actually
back here.
100k difference, and I think that's actually it for Texas. This is a good point for them.
Gonna drop on the 1/3, but I think that's already sealed the deal more than enough.
Yeah, it's already sealed the deal. Yeah, 200k, actually 300k now,
and we're gonna see Zombie. I'm not gonna. There we go. There's the FC.
There we go.
And Texas with a 350k lead, going to consolidate their break point, and now they are back in the game. 2.4 million against a 2 mil.
Yeah, their gamble paid off. I guess they would assume Gilgamesh would be in here, and he was in here, and they did expect him to like sort of miss around the maps, and he indeed did with that one miss. And it's an unfortunate break from him, but yeah, their gamble paid off for Texas.
It did pay off indeed. And I just got confirmation from Chevy himself. He is mostly out of it for this match. There is a setup. It's not necessarily a good setup, but he is, for all intents and purposes, not going to be in the match, presumably. If you can, Valiant, if you check your DMs,
what the heck? It's a separate Discord group. Why isn't it in your Texas server? Come on now.
Oh yeah, no, that's because Chevy's currently using Equivocator's Discord, if I'm correct. So they just have to make a new group for that.
Yeah. Unfortunate circumstances on their end, but also like for me as well. And also for a lot of people in the Florida land. All right, there were 5 pick.
I think there are 3 or 4 players still in the tournament at the Florida land or going to the Florida land. But that aside, no 5 pick coming from Maryland. Honestly, it's a very strong pick from them, but at the same time, it's a very strong pick for Texas as well. We saw how, and with both players fielding such strong speed rosters, I don't think there's a way to predict who's going to take this point.
Yeah, and also the difference between this number 5 and DT2 is that DT2 is a little longer. You need more consistency and also the stamina. This one in particular, the BPM isn't as high, 224 BPM, and also not really as stamina heavy as even like last round's number 5. This one is more kind of a little on like the like little techie side of things, but
Yeah,
so
you are definitely tested a lot more, not necessarily in your raw stamina, but your ability to jump between these fast single tap jumps and triples up to pretty intense, pretty flowing intensive, longer bursts. Some streams, there's definitely that stamina element, but here we go. Sukiyu going to be replacing a White Phoenix. Meanwhile, Benapping back in, dedicated speed player for the team.
yeah, you would need. I'm pretty sure like at a minimum, like maybe a two or one FCs from Texas side to match Maryland with that consistency on Gilgamesh and Kisai. There's no aim on this map, is so Gilgamesh can comfortably like get a really high score on this map.
100%. And I mean, oh, Benapping gonna find the first break on that buzz slider very early in the map. Shouldn't hurt him too much, but the act is already apparent. Gilgamesh finally dropping the SS Sukiyo at mid 98. Meanwhile, JPEG struggling a little bit on the accuracy. Zombie at about 98. Then also at the same. And already right off the bat, that lead is starting to form. But
Yeah, from that initial break from Ben Napping, like he has been struggling a little bit with his consistency side of things, but then JPEG with
so
the
is
break.
JPEG.
Um, yeah, it's just still three FCs on Maryland's side. Isn't that what you really want to see as well on such a short map too?
Yeah. The map will ramp up soon. You're going to see more bursts, more 9 notes, more 5 notes going to be continued.
Yep. Here's one them.
But no one going to break. Oh, and there it is.
A little
Everyone
outdrop
hits
on
that
zombie
stream.
side actually, but still everyone hit that stream. But still, but napping and JPEG's breaks on this map is still will really hurt them. And still, 300k difference on such a short map already.
Yeah.
I don't see Kiso and Gilgamesh just stopping, and it might just be already a
They
done deal on.
It might be already done. They
Maryland.
need to break right now for it to swing over. But the score lead, it just keeps on piling up, and there goes Ben Appen, and that's going to seal it for Texas on this pick. Meanwhile, are we going to see a repeat of Virginia versus Florida? There's 3 FCs, 2 99s, a 98 on Kisoy. But the score to beat, 2.89 million. There's only a few more bursts left, a pretty long stream at the end. No one dropping? Any big drops at the end? Suki gonna drop back, and they are
Oh.
not going to be Virginia's score, but a triple FC nonetheless, the second one we've seen this weekend.
Yeah, Tsukio actually surprising a lot of people with that speed FC, and honestly surprising a lot of people outside of the Maryland scene. And again, it's just you need a minimum like two FCs just to even match Maryland. But again, Maryland with the three FCs on their own pick.
Yeah. And I mean, it is the same exact thing we saw on the side of side of Virginia versus Florida, where you see this incredibly strong speed roster. You know, their second, your first and second players, you expect them to FC like that, but it just like with Waffle, it's going to be Sukiyo kind of shocking everyone with their big FC, and that is gotta put a dent in Texas mental right there.
So getting that breakpoint from Texas in DT3 and winning that Fremont one does really improve their mental. So I'm hoping they still have it strong in them to keep on going. And here we have a hidden three actually, hidden three pick.
A hidden 3 pick on the side of Texas, and I think it makes a lot of sense. You're looking at the DT3, the Fremont one. These maps have not necessarily have been pretty awkward. You see what Maryland is winning on. They're winning on these sort of straight edge, solid mechanics picks, right? Your sort of consistency hard rock 2 and Nomad 1. Your tapping focused DT2s and Nomad 5s. But when you put in something like this sort of odd mix between snap alt slider aim and rhythm on hidden 3, I think you have to question. You have to, you need a lot of flexibility in your roster to put up a good score on this.
Yeah, and
And
also CS2. So the aim might not be as big as people would initially think. And still, Gilgamesh would definitely be in this, and also Kiso as well.
Yeah, the
I'm not sure
raw.
who the third is for
I
Maryland.
I think it's definitely Sukiyu, coming
Okay.
just hot off that No 5 FC. Also known to be the no or the hidden player for this team, or the primary hidden fill player for this team. But it's actually looks like it's gonna be a White Phoenix actually. Maybe that or that lower CS helping him out a little bit here. Though
Yeah.
I do know he is mostly seen on Hidden Hard Rock. Surely has to be comfortable. But Texas actually struggling a little bit to find a third for this pick. Kumiko and JPEG coming in. You'd normally expect someone like Chevy to be in for this pick, but with him possibly out of action, it you're really left between Zombie and Jonana Banana, two very good fill players. Though, of course, you would hope that your main hidden player is available, and it's going to be Zombie over Jonana Banana into this pick.
Yeah, and again, Kisoy and Gilgamesh with that duo, you need to match those consistencies, those big scores. You need your players to just come in and maybe potentially get like another heroic score like JPEG did for DT3.
And JPEG, you don't normally see him in for these hidden picks. You, of course, would usually be replaced by Chevy, but it seems, again, this map is pretty comfortable. In addition, the OD 7.5 really going to help people out on their accuracy. But no early breaks to start us off. Pretty decisive accuracy lead on the side of Maryland, though. Kiso with the first miss. Not going to affect much pretty early in the map. But Zombie going to trade it out. But this map, it shifts a lot. You go a lot from the sort of constantly changing angles in the alt sections to pushing between slider control and then sort of these super fast sliders, and
Yeah,
everyone else adjusting quite well.
yeah, but yeah, this kind of map does have like some RNG aspects to it, so maybe that's probably Texas' plan to just gamble on that RNG aspect to maybe hope to get Kisoy and Gilgamesh to break. But Kisoy did initially break, but still pretty early on with that zombie trade. So still the oh, but then actually Kisoy did break. So still that's Texas
Yeah,
is in a really good position at the moment actually. So yeah, that RNG
he's like
aspect really did
continuing
get
to
to
break.
Kisoy.
JPEG struggling with the accuracy a little bit. Seems to be over tapping, and Zombie gonna miss, and that's going to dent
Oh, but
JPEG finally
JPEG
breaking.
breaks.
And
And
now
also
Gilgamesh as
Gilgamesh.
well.
That's
So
actually one
now
of your
it's
main.
no, it's
Oh.
actually no one now. It is just Resort, and Resort looking to pull off a big performance. Kiso with a little bit of a miss, but it's just not in the blue yet. It's edging so close. The score lead below 10,000. We had another one of these slider sections, but Resort looks comfortable, and this section, lots of triangle shaped slider patterns, and Kumiko looking so comfortable. It's so hard to miss on one of these sections, as long as you
Yeah.
don't misread.
He just needs
And
to hold maybe until the last Ki actually for
yeah,
Texas to be really comfortable in this pick. And Gilgamesh and Suki actually regaining their combo a little bit, but still Resort with that FC and also with that impressive act of 99.8. It is looking almost a done deal for Texas, but he just needs to hold on a little longer actually.
yeah, but don't count the supporting combos out yet. Zombie matching Gilgamesh, Sukyu doing the best he can to match Resort, but it's not gonna matter too much. Gilgamesh is gonna miss. That might have already decided it.
Yeah.
Jiso has brought a little bit of combo back, but no,
Yeah.
it's gone.
Yeah, this is firm in Texas point. 200k difference and Resort with that
Yeah.
commanding near FC. And Zombie
And
with
Kumiko,
actually the combo.
yeah, he holds the combo. Kumiko actually hitting those pentagon-shaped flow patterns. We've seen a lot of people miss on those, namely Equivocator on the FC yesterday. But Kumiko looking strong. And that's what?
Wow.
I think a 2x100? 2x100
Very,
FC.
very impressive score on
Impressive.
Resort's side.
But Sukiyu also with the 99.7, just a single slider. What? That's what? I think a single slider break? They would have brought that.
Yeah.
No, they would have made that point very close.
Mm-hmm.
May have just
Yeah.
brought it back by some tiny margin, but
Yeah.
Resort, one of those tried and true returning players, going to do it for Texas. And they're
Yeah.
going to
I
be
guess Texas
4-3.
plan on the gamble picks, or not actually the RNG picks, is actually gonna work out really well for them. Um. And the hidden, especially a mod that's very catered towards like RNG aspects, especially with the flow out. And now with Maryland in the rhythm pick of Hard Rock 3, really not that much of a rhythm, is mainly like the slider aim kind of thing. But still, you would want to learn the song as well to even hit those sliders.
Yes, Warrock known for a lot of these sorts of rhythmically challenging maps. Other song he's known for, if you're in the Geometry Dash Reanimate, that's a pretty popular tech map. But in but this map, it kind of just throws a lot of unconventional patterns at you. 160 BPM, pretty short at 2.5 minutes, but you're gonna see a lot of slider aim, a lot of rhythm switches between 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4. Thankfully, I don't think there's many 1/6, so the speed gap shouldn't be an issue. But
Yeah,
this
and
map is
also with
all about
the
control,
yeah,
really.
and also with the CS 4.6, even though in the stream it says CS 5.5 is running up, the CS 4.6 it will be a little bit more precision based as well, just a tiny bit. So yeah, you would want that control in your arsenal to really come through with this map.
Yeah. And if you are looking at Texas, you are looking at Resort and JPEG. Honestly, I'm not. Wait, where are there? Where is Texas's third player? There we go, Jonana
Yo,
Banana coming in.
Nana, where's I
Jonana.
would I would assume Zombie to be in this over Jonana actually. That is
Yeah,
very interesting.
well, yeah, definitely. I think though Jonana, one of his major strengths, just really being able to hone in on some of those more unconventional maps. You'll
Mm,
see him. You'll definitely see him a lot as a
yeah.
third fill for for your speed, your hidden threes, your sort of unconventional maps. And I think this type of not necessarily his what he's known for, but he is by no means going to put up a weak score in this. Meanwhile, I believe the roster will be staying the same. No, White Phoenix switching out for Suki. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
White
Jonah
Phoenix
gonna
has
find the
like
first
their
slider break,
third. Yeah, Jonah finding the break. Yeah, White Phoenix is just like known as their known third hard rock player. And Gilgamesh, since this is like an unconventional hard rock, he actually can play this kind of map. But still, with
yeah.
that higher bits of CS, it could spell some misses. But we will have to see.
Yeah, Gilgamesh definitely not 100% known for being the most consistent at aim, but thankfully the accuracy here going to play a much bigger role, and he certainly excels at being accurate. Meanwhile, the lead not going too far, but resorts the break. That's going to switch it over pretty fast. We're almost halfway. We're almost halfway through the map, and
Yeah, and that,
once the
not the
patterns
kind of
ramp
break
up,
you want to see actually, especially with that high act from Resort side of things. So maybe a little down on, and also JPEG
a
with that
horrible
break.
trade for Texas. They need to see Phoenix and Gilgamesh break now. Jonana can do his
Oh,
best.
Phoenix and
All the
Gilgamesh did
combos are
break.
off the board now,
That
but
fast
that's
sec
only going to favor
really got to
Maryland.
me.
We are halfway through the map, though. Definitely, Jonana struggling a little bit with the accuracy. Kumiko doing the best he can at 98, but he's going to drop the
But
1/3.
he's gonna drop.
And now,
Yeah.
yet again, Maryland in the driver's seat. Gilgamesh with another break. JPEG now with the combo, looking to hopefully do something. But a big chain miss from Jonana. Gilgamesh, Kisoi, now...
I don't think I don't think JPEG's combo is high enough to really
not high
bring this
enough.
200k difference score difference back to Texas. Is
And
probably a done
Jonana just
deal for
struggling.
Maryland.
Seems like a bit of a low roll for him as well. And Kumiko as well has the combo back. But they need their third player to support them, and unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's not there.
On such a short
And-
map too, like the initial high combos really do matter in this kind of map, especially when this kind of map gets harder at the second half.
Yeah,
And
but so
unfortunately,
many
they didn't
breaks.
combo it.
Unfortunately, Texas, a valiant effort, but it's going to be 150k in the favor of Maryland. 5-3, still down a break point. Texas A Texas A might have to start digging in some very scary picks here.
But yeah, surprising. But Yonena going over Zombie, even though with that 200k score, it's kind of surprising actually. I would have thought that Zombie would be fine with this kind of map.
Yeah, maybe Zombie just a little exhausted, Uh, definitely definitely pulling his weight, but maybe he just didn't feel good on that map. And really, I could have, and I mean, you could have put anyone in on that map, including Ben. But I mean, sometimes you just can't replicate your performance, and as much as it sucks, you kind of just have to dust it off. Texas really gonna have to step back here, take a few deep breaths, figure out how do you approach this Maryland. Obviously, they've banned the extremes of AR. They've banned your T1 10.5. They've banned your AR, like 4 point something easy map. So obviously they're scared of what those sorts of fringe maps. But with all the consistency maps gone, with a lot of the consistency maps gone, with a lot of those sorts of maps gone, what's the next move?
An interesting hidden two pick, actually. Without their main reading player Chevy, this is actually quite unexpected.
It's a scary prospect for Texas for sure here. And I don't know, it's certainly a gambit, especially when you have Gilgamesh on your team. Obviously, a very strong hidden 2 player, Diesel as well. Their reading specialist, goddamn 6-digit. He's gonna be coming in for this map as well.
Yeah. I mean, Resort has made a resurgence in his reading skills, actually improving on it. He's been filling in for a lot of the reading picks Texas has been picking throughout this tournament. And Janetta Banana, I'm assuming, would be in this as well. So I'm hoping their third player can just, like, support them in any kind of way.
I think their third player on this definitely not going to put up a bad score. I mean, this hidden 2 is actually not as reading intensive as prior weeks, right? You're thinking of Hey on Alien, you're thinking of something with awkward rhythms. We don't really have much of that here. You've got lots of awkward aim angles, but this hidden 2 is primarily mechanics. And that opens the door for a player like JPEG, not normally in for these sorts of low AR maps, to really just adjust to the map, get a good score.
I guess Texas, again, just banking on like the RNG kind of maps, because especially this kind of map with the really jump scary jumps in some parts of the map is going to be quite interesting to see how Maryland plays this out, and also how Gilgamesh does.
For sure, yeah. You're looking at Gilgamesh to hopefully roll double sixes on his roll some double sixes on his aim today. And you're looking at Diesel. At this stage of the tournament, I think a few people definitely concerned he could possibly get aim skill cap. Of course, the reading definitely not a problem for him. But at this stage of the tournament, if you are, at his rank range, you are not normally playing pulls these high. Yeah. So it's a scary prospect for sure. But we will see how he adjusts. And JPEG with the first miss, actually. And it looks like everyone else really adjusting quite well. Diesel gonna get caught out on that small burst.
Yeah,
and I just realized he plays maps only.
Yeah, a relatively short map, so a lot of these initial big combos would matter a lot.
Yeah.
Because the big jump scare aims would appear in the second half of the map, I assume, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, Gilgamesh holding really good combo at the moment, but same with Banana and Resort.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 combos matching 2 combos. So score difference is still pretty short, initially speaking. So we will have to wait and see. Diesel breaking again.
Yeah, Diesel finding a little uncomfortability on these sorts of triples. But Gilgamesh gonna find the break. And that's a big break. And now it's just Sukiyu. But we've seen Sukiyu hold before on that hidden 3.
Has the god finally answered Texas's call to just bring Gilgamesh down on the RNG?
But there goes Diesel again. So now it's a 3v1. Sukiyu really trying his best here. But the stream doesn't catch anyone out, actually. But that only favors Texas even more. The score lead ballooning up. Oh, but there goes Jonana finally. Yeah, he looked a little uncomfortable. Accuracy faltered a little bit throughout the rest of the map, but in this second half, JPEG Gilgamesh trade, so now it's just Sukiyu versus Kumiko.
Yeah, but then with the initial big combos from Banana and JPEG, it really helped out Resort's score at the moment. So the score lead is pretty high, but still,
Yeah,
with same AC on Resort and Sukyo's side, but then Gilgamesh with that high AC as well. So the score difference
yeah,
might not increase as like fast as they would want, but again, any one of these players that breaks is going to be detrimental. But
yeah.
still,
But
actually, no, it's
Diesel
actually
with big
closing out.
misses.
It's actually going to be ending soon, actually. So
Texas is
it's
going to take this point. Suki of the break going to solidify
yeah,
that. Now we're just looking
man.
all eyes on Kumiko,
That was tunnel
and it's
vision
good.
actually. It was actually Texas points all
Yeah,
along.
it's Texas point all along, and just some unlucky breaks. Gilgamesh with the 99.3 and Diesel. You could really see Diesel not able to hold combo.
Yeah.
Sukiyu with the great 800k to try and pull it back, but
Also, the stream overlay is a little wrong here. It's a Texas pick,
oh, this was
not a
a
Maryland
Texas.
pick.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I mentioned at the start of the map, Diesel low rolling, bottom scoring the lobby by a little bit. I think maybe starting to get a little skill capped. You saw him struggle a lot on not the reading, of course, but the aim.
Yeah.
And with a map like the Easy Band, his specialty, I mean, it's it does look a little scary for this sort of roster build, but nonetheless, Maryland still has another pick of their own to put it to match point. It's looking a lot like yesterday's Virginia versus Florida match, actually. Texas just barely trailing behind. But if they
Yeah.
want to but they need the break point, and if you are looking to avoid that tiebreaker, you need to get it right now.
Also in the stream overlay, it should be Maryland's win on that Hard Victory, not Texas. And
Oh yeah.
now Maryland with the number 4 pick. This one I
Oh,
think favors Maryland heavily, especially with the consistency of Gilgamesh and Kisoy. This is a
for
very
sure.
long map.
Yeah, very long map, but again, you are looking down the barrel of Resort and Zombie, two incredibly strong tech players. Remember, these guys were in for tech over Felix Sosa last year. And if you are Maryland, obviously you must be feeling good about this pick. But so will Texas for sure.
Yeah, Maryland with those duo players, I think their game plan is just to rely on the consistency of those two on a very long map, especially. So I think this number 4 pick is actually one of the better picks for Maryland.
Yeah, definitely. Mm. But taking another look at this map, it Zombie is actually top. I think he's almost top 50 on this map. I believe number 60, and he set that score a very long time ago. So he's definitely able to play the map. I'm not sure whether the reason we haven't seen him in yet is just because of just because he might be a little out of it, or just taking a quick break before he gets in the lobby. But
Yeah, we
if
already did see him like kind of curse the dance in a Hard Rock 2 after he did some unfortunate misses. So maybe like I don't really want to say mental boom, but still, you gotta
uh,
revitalize your mental if you want to continue on this match and potentially win it all.
for sure, and it will be Zombie coming in, Jonana out the lobby, a White Phoenix coming in to replace Sukiyu. I honestly makes a lot of sense. You've seen Sukiyu and Phoenix just switching in and out between these sorts of awkward maps in your Hidden 3, Hard Rock 3, Nomad 4 sort of angle. And without further ado, everyone loading into the map, and there it is.
Yeah, pretty chill
Unfortunately,
beginning, actually.
yeah, I'm actually not as familiar with this map. I'm familiar with one of the other remixes because I played as a tiebreaker once, but I imagine this is sort of
Yeah.
just like a pretty standard tech map. Lots of cuts, weird sliders, that sort of thing.
Yeah, a combination of
Okay,
cut streams, yeah, a little bit of like a flow kind of section, and yeah, just like a lot of slider aim as well. It will
okay,
mainly
yeah,
be in the middle of the map that a lot of the skill diff who's gonna come, and actually the second half of the map as well. So a lot of these
Yeah.
initial combos would matter a lot.
Yeah. No one gonna get caught out on those early sliders or streams. But now we get really into the map. You see lots of cut doubles. Gilgamesh gonna be the first to find a break. That's gonna favor Texas quite well. Look, and everyone just looking so strong. Otherwise, but actually, Kisoi is struggling with the accuracy. Phoenix and JPEG to trade it out, and that leaves a single FC on Kisoi. Definitely the one of these Titans of Maryland hoping to haul out a run from these two FCs on Texas. Gilgamesh on the great recovery. Actually, Gilgamesh has the higher score based of accuracy. Phoenix gonna find a drop. Kisoi's gonna drop it as well. And all of a sudden, Texas in the driver's seat yet again.
Oh, that's one
No
of the
one's
big
getting
flow
caught out.
areas, and now we are on to the second.
Texas!
Oh, but then
Wow.
it's just now Gilgamesh with the big
Now
combo
it's-
with actually the high act as well. So it's gonna come to
Incredible
Maryland's
accuracy.
side.
It will come back to Maryland. But just a disaster for Texas. Not only did they miss, they chain missed. And that does incredible damage to your accuracy and your score in the score lead. Now it's just JPEG holding off Kisoi, but Gilgamesh holding to the midway point. He's
Yes.
the only one who won't be score capped.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
still
going
half
to
of the
do
map.
incredible favors for Maryland right now. Looking for a decisive point.
Alright, now it's just a little
But-
chill. Like I think this is like the bridge before I think the last Ki. So
Yeah.
there's still a lot of free combo for Gilgamesh, which is really good for Maryland. Texas needs Maryland Gilgamesh to
They need a
really break
and
right
they-
now, and also
need to hold.
maybe Kisoi break too, and for them to
As
hold
long-
as well.
If Gilgamesh holds, as long as the rest of Texas holds, should be okay. And there's Kisoi, that's one down, and now the combos are equal.
Yeah, still.
But
Oh,
Gilgamesh is finally down, and there it is. That's the break
JPEG
you need.
needs to hold. He needs to hold throughout this last Ki.
No, but no. The rest of the
Oh.
players just have to hold now.
Yeah.
And the lead's gonna skyrocket back to Texas. JPEG on a near 800 combo. Zombie and Resort backing him up of 600 apiece. And it's looking
Yeah.
good for Texas.
It is
Kisoi's
really
the best.
looking good right now. That consistency gamble for Maryland isn't looking good for them at the moment, as we see JPEG
And
and
the tech
Zombie
gamble.
and Resort just getting to these big combos supporting for
It's
Texas
looking
scores to lead.
so good for Texas all of a sudden, and they're gonna take the break point back.
Yeah, they
And
are.
Texas,
They are.
they proving that you do not want to mess with Texas, not on a tech pick.
Third, I think this is the third breakpoint for
And-
Maryland's pick.
Look at this, and the map is just so calm now. And what looked like a great opportunity for a match point is gonna turn into a desperately needed break point for Texas. 340,000.
A tie
it's-
now.
And I smell deja vu in the air. It's another tech mispick from Maryland. I smell something
I
in
think
the
this
air.
is a really low roll for Kisoi especially. I think this is not really a mispick from Maryland. I think it was a right call for them to rely on the consistencies with Kisoi and Gilgamesh. It's just them getting unlucky and them low rolling, and guess Texas finally bringing in the performance they need to just get a tie. And now they're on the pick to potentially get the lead for the first time in this
And
match.
there's the easy DT pick. Wow. Maryland, all of a sudden, now they have to be scared because the scores are equalized and it is a best of 3.
Yeah, and I'm
You
not
are-
sure how Diesel can do with like the fast finger control on the easy DT. So I don't know if he
Yeah.
will be in this kind of map, but maybe he actually might be.
And you know for a fact, even without Chevy, right? Chevy would, of course, match Gilgamesh, put up a great FC on this, a great score on this, but you're looking at Zombie. This guy does not slack on the reading either. And really, the main difficulty of this map going to be in the density 190, I believe 195 or 192 BPM finger control at AR 7.3. Low for sure, but it's not something that someone like Zombie can't do. And I know for a fact this guy can FC this map. He can definitely just steamroll if given the opportunity.
I'm actually not sure who the lineup for Maryland is. I mean, obviously Gilgamesh and maybe Sukyo in this. but I don't know who their third is. I don't know if Diesel has like that finger control to really do this kind of map. I guess like I'm hoping that maybe Gilgamesh, I mean not Gilgamesh, Kisoi like practices the map at least. But it seems like Diesel actually might be in for this. Yeah. All right. Same lineup for Hidden 2 and Maryland's side for this reading map, but actually really it's just like a really fast like finger control map. So
Yeah,
I'm really curious to see how Maryland performs here.
Diesel now. Oh man, if you are Diesel, or no, if you are someone like Diesel or Jonah, you might be a little uncomfortable on this map. Diesel, especially as we talked about earlier, we saw him getting sort of aim capped. Meanwhile, he is going to have to lock it. Oh, and the
Oh wait,
disconnect from Diesel. I
it
think they're
has to
gonna
be an
abort
abort.
that.
Yeah, yeah, it has to be an
There's gonna be
abort.
an abort. Yeah, and yeah, all right.
Surely, right? Come on now, it has to be an abort.
Oh, okay.
It's 30 seconds in. It should be
They
an abort.
There should be an award. Did they? I will find confirmation whether there
Yeah.
was
All
an
right. There's an
award or
abort.
not. There it is. Okay.
Mouse DPI fire tracked up. Okay, that's interesting. All good. They just gotta replay. But yeah,
All
I
right.
think. Well, it's still a little early on.
Diesel.
So
And I think maybe Diesel sort of having like a mouse issue. Not sure exactly what happened there, but he completely spun off that slider and just started going haywire.
yeah, it's just the DPI button probably, according to the
Yeah,
chat.
probably. Unlucky. Honestly, mouse only players are a different breed entirely. I'm not sure how they do it. All right. It looks like I love the Tony client.
I love Turner Client.
Yes. Okay, some early hundreds coming in from let's see, from everyone save for Jonah and Zombie, or Jonah, Zombie, Gilgamesh. No early breaks yet. Jonah gonna be the first to find a break, and the accuracy lead so far in the or pretty far in the favor. And the FC on Diesel as well, looking real good. Just the early break from Jonah.
Yeah, that doubt on Diesel is actually eating my words now. But actually, no, never mind. He's actually
He will
did
be
do
the
the
first to
break.
break for Maryland. Will favor Texas for sure. Short map as it is, this is only about 90 seconds, and there goes
Gilgamesh with
Gilgamesh
the misread.
in the middle as well. Wait, that's big. So now it's Suki. Meanwhile, two FCs on the side of Texas. Donata to miss.
Oh, but Resort breaks and Suki breaks. No more FCs on Maryland's
so
side.
now
It's just Zombie.
And all of a sudden, that's what I was saying. This guy, you would expect Chevy to go off on this, but it's Zombie right now. They currently proving that even without their play, they have such a deep roster. And
100k difference. Gilgamesh is holding the combo, but still Resort kind of matching it, so the score difference will go down slowly. But Resort, actually, he did miss, but still, the map is ending soon, so I don't think there's enough time. Actually, yeah,
a lot of players just finding a lot of misses.
Zombie's still kind of matching.
Diesel and Suki are just struggling in the denser section of the map.
Yeah, it's over.
And
Texas
it's over.
Getting the match point.
Final spinner.
Against their
Texas,
first seed, the contenders, one of the contenders to win it all, Maryland.
And what you can expect no less from two teams of this caliber. I mean, there's a reason. Not only were these teams top 2 last year, but these teams both slated for top 2, top 4 finishes.
Yeah.
And I think Maryland definitely proving that they have a lot to play for with these new players in Suki and Diesel in White Phoenix, but Texas, they are just such a consistently deep roster. No matter who you switch out, you will always have another player.
And for the first time in the match, Texas is in the lead and also in match point tiebreaker advantage. Maryland needs to get a pick that will favor them to even get this tiebreaker chance.
Yeah, and even if they do get this tiebreaker, I mean, it's going to be a nerve-wracker for sure. If you're looking at the tiebreaker, it's going to be a Nomad 2 pick. Both teams saving this tapping pick for the very last one.
I mean, so far, Maryland has been winning all of the tapping picks except for the DT3. But this Noma 2 in particular, 195 BPM, I think OD 8.7, it will be a little stamina heavy and also a little flow check. But again, Gilgamesh and Kiso are very, very comfortable with this kind of map. And also Phoenix as well. Phoenix has displayed very good Noma 2 performances throughout this entire tournament. So you cannot really doubt Phoenix's side of things.
At the same time, though, again, Texas, obviously looking down at JPEG and Ben, your primary tapping players, but on the side of Texas, again, it's going to be Zombie and Jonana Banana. These two very strong players, Zombie especially in these sorts of stream maps. We've seen it for the past 2 years, he has been sort of just a great reliable third player on these stream maps, and I believe if there is a pick for Texas to break and win on, it's definitely this one.
Yeah, but still, you wouldn't really want to underestimate the duo, again, of Kiso and Gilgamesh. But, oh yeah, thank you for the raid. B stream. Yippee!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, B stream. You have come at the perfect time. Texas A looking for a seed upset against Maryland A. On Maryland's final pick, Nomad 2. And we have two star-studded rosters to even out this last pick. Gilgamesh, Kiso, White Phoenix on the side of Maryland. Meanwhile, JPEG, Zombie, and Benapping on the side of Texas A.
On the B side, we actually had a seed upset on the minor league. The fourth seed won against the first seed of New Jersey C versus Connecticut B. Very interesting.
Very interesting. New Jersey C, yeah. That's definitely a Cinderella run for them, getting to a guaranteed top 6. But that aside, it's gonna look tense for got 2 players each not loading in. Thank you, Tourney Client. Thank you. Okay, now it's worse.
All good.
All good. Okay, everyone's back. Surely. Okay, yeah. It's looking early on. Doesn't look like there will be some yeah. Okay, there we go. Stream's fully updated.
No, I'm not exactly a Texan sympathizer according to the chat. I'm just trying to keep the Texas Bison bay from Hydro as he is a Texan himself.
Yeah, trying my best to not glaze Texas, but I mean, obviously I can take sides, but can't take away from the fact these teams are so strong.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna break into the first key eye. Everyone looking comfortable. But the accuracy, Zombie struggling on the accuracy, lowering to about 94. Meanwhile, everyone on the side of Maryland at 97 or above, double 99s and an SS from Gilgamesh. Meanwhile, no one's broken yet. So as long as those combos stay steady, Texas will still have their foot in the door.
Yeah, most of the stamina part will be at the second half of the map, and the nerves will be high if you are still comboing through this map. And we already see but Phoenix and Zombie.
But Zombie gonna trade that out. And if you are Texas, there goes Benapping.
He did a little bit of over aim.
And oh no, and this is looking bad. These are some abnormal breaks. You don't normally see someone like Ben or Zombie break like that. Meanwhile, it's the double FC. It's the Maryland duo. And there goes JPEG and Disaster to strike. Gilgamesh still in the SS.
Gilgamesh and Kisoy, the duo that still keeps them moving forward. It is bringing dividends to them to increase this score difference.
They need to break now for a chance to come back.
Actually coming up, and Gilgamesh is still holding the SS.
Yeah, and the recoveries on Ben are back. Ben with a chain miss. Now it's just Zombie, but Zombie can only match White Phoenix.
It's 300k difference. Lead.
There needs to be breaks now, but can you really expect them to miss here?
Right now.
Yeah, stamina coming up, but Gilgamesh has the stamina for this. Kisoy has the stamina for this. You can't expect him to miss on that.
Oh, but
He's
Kizu
gonna find the
did,
break,
but
but
still,
it's too late.
Gilgamesh.
It's nearly a 600k lead.
Yeah, yeah, it's already too late for Texas.
It's
We
too
are
late.
going into tiebreaker now.
And now all eyes on Gilgamesh, looking incredible at this ending. Calm, collected. He's looking to pull through with it. SS into the final 200 combo. I haven't even seen an FC on this map yet, much less an SS. And the spacing's going to increase at the ending here, but it doesn't look like it's going to face Gilgamesh one bit. This guy, it said 700s for a reason, and it's going to happen. Will it happen? Yes, it will. An SS from Gilgamesh, and we are going to tiebreaker.
That is so. That is so fucking stupid, but it
That's
doesn't really
such
matter now.
a
We're
spot.
going into tiebreaker, the map that would determine them to guarantee a top 3 finish.
And if you are in Maryland now, looking for redemption after a colossal 3-7 defeat in grand finals last year, this is their chance to get back. Not only are they the #1 seed, but they have the power in this tiebreaker. Just coming off of that incredible FC SS from Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Both teams. There's
I mean,
so much to play for
here. If we're referencing the #4 match that happened earlier, like even though Texas did win, this isn't really that much of like a pure tech map, more like a mech tech map. And there isn't really a break in this map either. You just really have to rely on your own consistency to just get through the big combos. Ooh.
And Maryland gonna be using their timeout. Right now, it looks like Texas has already got their roster confirmed. When I'm a Zombie, JPEG, and Jonana Banana. Possibly, I could definitely see someone I could see Resort in for this map, but the 200 BPM definitely a little bit of a strain, especially when there are more tapping heavy elements on this map.
Yeah, but still, wait, was Resort in #4?
Resort was in for that No Mod 4, and this
I
is a
feel
very
like
tech-focused
even despite
tiebreaker.
that 200 BPM strain, I think he would still probably be in it. There isn't really that much of like streams in this map. I think only one particular stream of note, but still, you would want like that tech consistency to just bring you over into this kind of map.
And we did see Resort in that third slot. Jonah most likely gonna switch out now, and there it is. You know, for the side of Maryland, I believe it's going to be between Phoenix and Gilgamesh, and it will be Phoenix. Gilgamesh going to be. This is actually pretty aim. This is a pretty aim-heavy tiebreaker, though, right?
It's not particularly. It's still mech tech, so
Yeah,
Gilgamesh can still pretty easily play this. But still, if you want to reference that #4 for performance, it might not look good for Maryland. But again, not like a pure tech map like as #4, but still, this one is gonna be a doozy. It's gonna, it's gonna be very fucking close.
I sure do hope that none of these guys play with their leaderboards on, because they are going to be so nervous.
Yeah, and I would hope like both of these teams would anticipate like a tiebreaker potential as well. So I'm hoping to practice this tiebreaker as well.
Yeah, really running the timers out, and Gilgamesh will be replacing Sukiyu.
Resort actually is coming in, which is what I like to see for Texas side. He did do really well, paid him dividends on the #4 side of things.
Yep.
Oh, but Texas calling for a timeout.
Texas calling for their own timeout now. Everyone looking to just get some deep breaths in, shake the fingers out. Ooh. I'm just starting to get nervous thinking about this tiebreaker, man.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, that was a bait timeout.
No, they are not. They are baiting the timeout. But that does mean we will not be waiting for the tiebreaker anymore.
All right, it is tiebreaker time. Maryland A versus Texas A, fighting it out for the top 3 finish and getting that bag too if they really wanted it.
Yeah, I can't lie. This song is so hype. Oh, and JP gonna find a very early break, but shouldn't matter too much. Well, yeah, this map 5 minutes long. Just a very big mashup of multiple Usao songs. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but you're definitely gonna recognize some pretty popular maps in here in Kisoi with an early break. So the
Yeah,
lead very
matching
slightly
that
on
early
Texas
break from
side.
JPEG. Yeah. It's still 5 minutes long, so early breaks wouldn't matter too much. Just the breaks in the
Yeah.
middle though will matter heavily.
Yes. But there's so many different patterns you can miss on this map. And the nerves. Ooh, first stream coming up. Not gonna catch anyone out. Ooh. And we're gonna see first major song transition. Phoenix gonna find the slider break. And we transition into some one-third sliders. Everyone hitting these snaps very well. And now
Gilgamesh still holding. Oh, never mind. He's not holding the SS anymore, but still, there is no breaks in
no
this map
holding.
whatsoever. So you can't really see the other player's side of the score unless
Yeah.
you have leaderboards on. But still, you wouldn't really want it
Yeah.
on for that nerves.
I would imagine, yeah. But Zombie gonna find the break on the slider!
That
And
is
that is
quite a
looking
big
very
break.
bad. And it actually looks like Phoenix's miss was a Bancho break.
Oh.
So now the tiebreaker, now the score is going to come over to the lead of Maryland any second now. I didn't notice that Bancho break for a second just because so many people holding. And now we are at a slow section. Shakes all around. And as we enter the halfway point, a big stream. Kumiko!
Oh, Kisoi breaks.
Oh, Hisoi breaks, but
That is
Kumiko
one of the
losing
big
so much
combos.
accuracy. Scary prospect there, but the FC will remain, and
It is
that's what
still
matters.
very close with those 2 versus 2 FCs at the moment, but still a little bit of an act lead on Maryland's side. Gilgamesh really
Yeah.
displaying that that comfortability in this kind of map.
Yeah. But at the moment, it's anyone's game still,
Yeah.
and we enter the halfway point.
This
Ooh,
kind of map though, this mech tech kind of map is not really RNG as like that pure tech map as from No Mode 4.
yeah.
So you would really
But
just want to hit everything
so
as
many
possible.
missable patterns here. The slider's so much opportunity to break, but it looks like everyone's holding steady, and the lead
Any
is
break
just.
here would be devastating. And
Yeah, the
it's just a
lead-
6-8.
But it's Kisoi. That's not the combo that matters.
Yeah, that's not the combo that matters.
But
It
it's
is still very close.
It's still going to pull the lead over for Texas. But it's the two FCs apiece.
That supporting combo from
Sliders-
Zombie is really
No,
helping them
okay.
with that score difference right now.
Yeah. And the accuracy building itself back up for everyone here. It's so nervous. I can feel my heart beating, but it's just with the slider break. Another streak, but Joker to trade it out. And
Oh
now
my
it's
God.
Phoenix versus Resort. Zombie though, going to be doing dividends with the 1K combo. Gilgamesh with another break.
Yeah, and then just the Zombie with that supporting combo for Resort. This is Texas' big
This
chance
is
to
the
just get this point
to
through.
lag.
And
And Phoenix is
Phoenix,
gonna drop the FC. And it might
Oh.
be.
this might
No,
be
but
it.
there's another streak to hold.
Oh, this
Let's
was
go, let's go, gotta play the break.
Zombie. Zombie
Oh,
with
the
that
rich-
big combo.
Oh my god. Everyone's broken on the side of Maryland, and the lead's 120,000.
Zombie with that heroic combo lead
heroic
that he just
comeback
broke
at the end.
earlier in the middle of the map, but still holding in for his team just to get him
His-
by.
And there it is! The break from White Phoenix! It's 600 combo total for Maryland, but JPEG and Kumiko will match it. Zombie uncontested completely right now. And it's looking
And-
dire for Maryland.
Zombie did break, but no combos on Maryland's side. It is essentially over.
It's already over. And as we calm down, we've gone past so many songs, but at the end of it all, 5 minutes, 6 players, but it's going to be Texas A, your reigning champions, to guarantee their top 3 finish, and they will be on the bracket yet again, the final Usao slider.
Man,
Heroic performance from everyone on Texas at the end. And JPEG, he's happy about it. They're coming back to the podium. And they will be moving on to the
who's
winners finals.
2 seed upsets from both the leagues, and I just gotta feel really, really bad for Kisa at the moment. That pressure on him to just like
So much
perform
pressure.
well,
And
and he
Gilgamesh
just
too.
like throughout this
Gilgamesh with the
match just
oneness.
underperformed.
Yeah. And
Gilgamesh,
it
I think he's like fine, but just Kisoi on the other hand,
yeah.
not the performance that he really wants to display.
Yeah. Kisoy, Maryland have to be there. It has to be so upsetting to face an upset. But we've seen incredible performance from both of these players. Gilgamesh SSing the Nomad 2 to get the tiebreaker. So many feats of heroics seen this match. But at the end of the day, Texas A will be eking out this victory. Chevy, Zombie, JPEG, Resort, The Napping, and Jonana Banana. Congratulations on your guaranteed top 3 performance. Meanwhile, Maryland will be Maryland still with a great chance to tear through the losers finals, but they will have to face the winner, or they will have to face either Virginia, or actually,
No,
if you
the
don't
matches
mind.
are still going. So we don't know yet who they're gonna face, but yeah, I think they might go through a
Oh yeah, matches are
low
still,
bracket
and it
run,
looks
but
like,
oh,
and actually that's the wrong side.
you cut off.
One of the winner, the one of the 4 to survive out of stateless Georgia, NorCal, and SoCal. A very exciting bottom half of the losers bracket to look out for. Those matches will be happening throughout Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it will. But enough of that. Big congratulations on Texas side. And with that, I
To
think
face the
we
winner
can
of
just call it
Connecticut
an
versus New
end.
Jersey.
Yeah.
And it'll be, yeah, that'll be it. And just want to say thank you everyone for watching, and thank you Vaylene for being awesome and calming the first part of this match,
Yeah, no
and
problem.
Vlad for streaming, and Akdom for refing. Thank you everyone.
Alright, until then, we'll see you actually later on. There should be a match in like 2 hours to 1 hour and left.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, again, we'll see you later.